Welcome and thank you for coming today. If you're using the playlist, this is a good time to start that. We're going to start out today in a seated position. Just kind of settling down, finding a comfortable seat. Your hands can be either face down or face up. Give yourself the opportunity to maybe sway a little bit side to side. In practice today, we're going to work on opening the heart, the front of the body, as we, of course, work on keeping the back straight and strong. There's a Buddhist saying that is strong back, soft front. So loosely translated, strong back, standing up for yourself, knowing your worth, but also being open and soft with yourself and with others. As you start to bring awareness to your breath, I'm going to do a technique, a square breath technique. So imagining a square, letting your breath ride along the edges. So you inhale through the bottom edge, holding the breath along the side edge, exhale along the top edge, holding the breath along the other side edge. And continuing that pattern. I'm trying to have about a count of 4. And if the breath hold doesn't work for you, you can skip that part and just time your breath so that the inhale and the exhale match. It's a great way for us to signify to our body that it's time to rest, time to relax, trying to put everything aside. And letting your eyes flutter open. And take the hands behind the back and clasp them. And just gently drawing the chest open, drawing the fists down. They can be down 1 centimeter or a couple inches. And if it's comfortable, gazing up a bit. Just feeling the sensation as the chest rises, maybe meets a little bit of resistance. And letting the hands release. Take a side twist with the right hand behind. The left hand rises up on the inhale. As we exhale, placing left hand and right knee. Focusing first of all on a nice, tall, straight spine on the inhale. And if you have space on the exhale, maybe a slightly bigger twist. Coming to center, keeping the left hand on the right knee, placing the right hand on the left knee. Just taking a small forward fold. Back up on the inhale, keeping that right hand on the left knee, placing the left hand behind. Finding the twist this direction, give you a different sensation. Just embracing the difference between the right side and the left side of the body. Coming to center, left hand comes to right knee. Finding a forward fold. As we rise up, we'll make our way to all fours to tabletop. We'll start out working a little bit on the wrists, so placing the fingers so they're facing toward the knees. And if this does not feel good, you can always angle them out a bit. Just don't typically give a lot of attention to our wrists. And if it feels okay, maybe just a gentle rocking forward and back. Stretching out the inner arm. Pivoting the hands so that they're facing the front of the mat. So we inhale the cow, let the belly drop. As you gaze up, feeling the chest, taking a couple breaths here. Noticing if you can feel a little bit of widening on the inhale. And then with the next exhale, we'll find our way to cat. So you draw the spine up, keeping pressure or activation or energy in the fingers as you rise up. And pausing here, feeling that chest expand a little bit with your breath. And feeling the back expand. And we'll take 4 rounds to your count. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. Inhaling to cow. Exhale to cat. One more. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Meeting back in tabletop. Let the right arm extended out, palm in, and the left leg behind, foot flexed. Trying to set the hips so that they're parallel to the mat. And we'll find awkward airplane. So we bring the right arm to the right, the left leg to the left. Finding your gaze on the mat for balance. Inhale, extending arm and leg. Exhale, hugging elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. And planting hand and knee on the mat. As we take the second side, left arm out, right leg behind. And opening to awkward airplane. Really feeling the core working for you here. Returning the arm and leg front and back. So we exhale, hugging elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. And planting hand and knee on the mat. So we tuck our toes. On the exhale, we'll press back to down dog. And setting up for this first down dog, you want your feet about hip width apart, fingers nice and wide, hands shoulder width. Letting yourself ease in, bending one knee at a time is a great option. Swaying hips side to side. And even rock from plank to down dog. Just knowing that you're the only one that knows the degree of heat you're searching and the depth that you feel like going today. Feeling that activation in the quadriceps, almost as if you're pulling the kneecaps up your legs. Rock forward to plank. And coming all the way down to your belly. Setting up for Spanx Pose. So tops of the feet are on the mat. We're arranging the arms so that they're like an 11. The elbows under the shoulders, hands press into the mat. And starting to draw your chest forward. We're strengthening the back and we're opening the chest. And the gaze can set about 2 feet in front of you on the mat. You want to feel the activation of the hands and the forearms on the mat. Lower down, sliding the hands in so they're under your shoulders. Next inhale, coming to cobra. Lifting up your chin, your chest, always keeping a bend in the elbows, keeping them reaching toward the back of the mat. And lowering down. One more cobra or up dog if you're ready. If you're ready for up dog, sliding the hands back. As you press up, pressing to the tops of your feet, lifting the thighs off the mat. And then pressing back to down dog. And the next exhale, walking hands to the top of the mat, finding ragdoll. And bringing the hands to the small of the back, clasping them, maybe taking a strap or a towel. And if it feels right, lifting the hands up, Finding that release across the front of the body. And sometimes a little bit of movement feels good, rocking a little side to side or bending one knee at a time. Letting the hands release. It's trying to walk the feet together. As you root into the feet, inhale, rising to mountain pose. Exhale, hands settling at heart center. Letting your gaze be soft or letting your eyes close. And as you set an intention for your practice, I'd like you to consider this mantra. I release all limiting beliefs that block me from my greatness. And next to inhale, letting your gaze sharpen, arms sweeping up to mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands, step back, high plank. And with control, lowering down to chaturanga or all the way to the belly. Tops of the feet, inhale, rise, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll move through this Surya Namaskar A, one breath per movement, really honoring your breath that you've channeled. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands, step or hop back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gazing forward on the inhale, exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here for a moment, noticing your heat that you're building. Maybe noticing things starting to loosen. And the next inhale, starting to gaze forward, bending the knees. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, sinking down into chair. I'm trying to embrace this chair. It's a great way to build strength. Taking any adjustments. You might want a wider stance to protect your knees and back. Maybe hands at heart feels better than arms reaching forward. Taking any adjustments you need. Just noticing that sensation when you're rocking most of the weight into the heels. You're building that strength in your quads, strength in your glutes. And we'll go forward on the exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg behind. Exhale, stepping forward, warrior two. The back foot spins to 45 to 90 degrees. Finding that heel to arch alignment. Just taking a moment in this first warrior two, making sure your stance feels right, noticing your knee, making sure it's not out beyond the ankle. Flipping the palm up, reversing your warrior, raising the right hand, left hand rests on your thigh or tucks behind the back. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling left leg. Exhale, warrior two. Really feeling the upper back open, activate, holding the arms up. Maybe flipping the palms up for a moment. So you're activating that rotation, that external rotation of your upper arms, and then bringing the palms back, facing the earth. Keeping the lower half of the body the same, we'll flip the left palm up. Inhale, reverse in your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving through the sturdy namaskar B, one breath per movement. Knowing you can lead out, you can add in. Gazing forward on the inhale, exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, chair pose. Taking 3 rounds of breath in this chair. And the next exhale, we'll fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling right leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts on the inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more times through. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts on the inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more side. Left leg lifts on the inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just taking a couple breath cycles here. It's always a great time to get a drink of water. Just noticing the quality of your breath. Noticing if it's deeper or shallower than what you want. That you have complete control as to how you want to go about changing that if you'd like to change it. Just always listening to your own breath. And from our down dog on the inhale, extend the right leg behind. Bend the knee, stacking the hip. Just feeling the front of the body starting to open. Feeling gravity draw that right foot toward the left side. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right knee, left elbow coming across the body. Inhale, extend. Exhale, low lunge. Right foot steps between the hands. Left knee can be up or can be down. As we take our twist, we'll draw energy into the left hand as the right hand reaches up. Letting the gaze follow the hand. Just feeling that energy in the left arm so you're not hanging in there causing any extra stress, but keeping that energy and strength. And closing the right hand down, stepping the left foot forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, cactus arms. Making those goalpost or cactus arms, nice wide fingers. Opening the chest, maybe drawing the gaze up toward the top of the wall, maybe to the ceiling. Inhale, straightening the arms, mountain pose. Exhale, coming down to chair pose. Then as exhale, we'll twist to the right. And here the hands can rest at heart center. They can open floor to ceiling. If you have a side crow in your practice and would like to take that for a few breaths, feel free to go there. And with each breath, maybe noticing something different in your body. Next inhale, we'll come back, folding forward. Planting hands, stepping back to down dog or taking a vinyasa. Inhale, left leg lifts, knee bends, sending the heel to the right. And try to keep equal weight between both hands. It's hard to make them exactly equal. Just trying to protect the wrists and the elbows and the shoulders. Straighten the left leg. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, into nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, low lunge. So left foot steps between the hands. We'll root into the right hand, sending that left hand up, letting the gaze follow the hand. And closing the hand down, stepping the right foot forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, cactus arms. Letting the breath almost feel like it's a balloon, drawing your chest a little bit higher up. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, sinking down into chair pose. Setting up for a twist on the exhale, twisting left. His hands can stay centered at the heart. You can open floor to ceiling. Again, if you have that side crow and like to take that, feel free to fly that. One more breath here. And coming back to center on the inhale. Folding forward, planting hands. Stepping back to down dog. Or flowing your vinyasa. Inhaling the right leg. Exhale, stepping the foot between the hands. This time the left knee comes down. As we rise up, starting to bring hands to the knee. Your left foot can stay tucked like this, or the top of the foot can stay flat on the mat. If it feels comfortable, clasping hands behind your back. And this is where that toe tucked might come in handy. Drawing the fist down as you gaze up. Really breathing into the front of the body. And I recommend either keeping the neck in line with the spine or letting it drop all the way back if that's comfortable. But that spot in between the two can really cause a lot of potential damage or injury. And if you did not tuck your toe, tuck it now. So we press into both feet, we'll rise up to a crescent lunge with hands clasped. As we prepare to take airplane with hands clasped. Rooting into that right foot as you take flight, lifting the left leg. Straightening the left leg, flexing the foot. If you're looking for something different here, you can try toppling tree. Just letting the head come lower and the heel come higher. Stepping back, crescent lunge. Finding an open twist. Right hand comes back, left hand comes forward. Laying your gaze where it feels best in your neck. Inhale, opening warrior two, spiraling around. Exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm can rest gently on the thigh. Left arm reaches overhead. See if you can feel that energy from the outer edge of the left foot all the way to the fingertips. Trying to keep the core active and the side body active. The lower half of the body remains the same as we inhale, reversing at warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands. Take a vinyasa or step back to down dog. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward. Right knee comes down, finding our low lunge. When you're ready, prong hands up to the left knee. And if it's comfortable and feels safe, clasping hands behind the back. Maybe starting to roll the shoulders open. Maybe finding a little bit more space in the chest. Finding that right toe tucked if it wasn't tucked before. I'm going to rise up to crescent lunge. The hands clasped. Preparing for our airplane here. Balancing on the left leg as we come forward. Trying to square the hips, drawing the hands in the direction of the heel. Protecting that standing leg by always keeping a little bend in the knee. Inhale, stepping back, crescent lunge. Finding open twist as the left hand reaches back, the right hand reaches forward. Inhale, coming all the way around to warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Feeling the right side of the body, feeling that activation. And almost imagining you're keeping the left and the right side of the waist equal length. Trying to keep the core working. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands. Take a vinyasa or step back to down dog. Inhaling the right leg. Exhale, warrior two. Coming into extended side angle on the exhale. Right arm reaches or rests on the thigh. The left arm can reach up, it can reach overhead. If you like a bind or half bind, flipping the palm away, tucking the back of the hand and the small of the back. Maybe playing around with reaching through. A towel or strap is always great here. And holding on to your shirt. Wherever you are, making sure you're breathing. If you felt yourself bound, releasing it. Inhale, reversing your triangle, straightening the right leg, reaching the right arm overhead. Exhale, coming to triangle. You may want to heel that left foot just a bit forward, angling the toes so they're facing about 10 o'clock on a clock. You should reach forward with the right hand, letting it rest somewhere on the leg, maybe a block, maybe the mat. We're really focused here on keeping the shoulders stacked, the chest open. It doesn't really matter how high or low that right hand is. Bending into the right knee, inhale, reversing warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands. Take a vinyasa, or step back to down dog. Inhaling left leg. Exhale, warrior two. Setting up for extended side angle. So we exhale, setting that left forearm down on the left thigh. Reaching the right arm overhead. And staying here, taking any variation that sounds good. If you like that bind, Maybe noticing how it feels a little bit different on this side. Just working always on softness and strength. One more breath here. As you release the hands, inhale, reversing your triangle. Exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Be walking that right foot a bit forward as you reach forward with the left hand, releasing it down, reaching the right arm up. Feeling that opposing force, fingertip and fingertip reaching away from each other. Bending into the left knee, inhale, reversing your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands, take a vinyasa, or step back to down dog. With the inhale, gaze forward, exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. We're going to clasp hands at the top here, getting ready for a side bend. Bending to the right. Reaching the hands up and over. If you'd like a little bit more, you can step the left foot behind. Noticing and breathing into the left side of the body. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, bending left. Maybe that right foot steps behind. Back to center. We'll take that one more time. Exhale, bending to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, bending left. Coming back to center, hands to the heart. And to set up for dancer pose. We're starting out with the right hand on the hip, the left arm comes out, making like a little right angle. Balancing the right foot, bend the left leg, swinging the arm back, capturing that left foot. And you can stay here and work on a quad stretch if that feels better. If you would like to come into dancer, kicking the foot into the hand, reaching the right arm forward. Again, protecting that standing leg or that standing knee by keeping a little bend. Releasing, coming to a one-legged mountain. Exhale, stepping back, warrior two. Preparing for humble warrior. So we gather the hands behind. Again, rolling the chest open, the shoulders down, the hands down. Exhale, sinking inside of the right knee. Maybe that right shoulder meets the right knee, maybe not. But letting this be easy, kind of relaxed. Not as much effort, there's more gravity taking over. Letting the hands release, placing them on the mat and walking them to the left to the center for Prasarita. Feet are parallel, hands under shoulders. So you just surrender down, hanging down. Maybe the hands want to move to the ankles. Maybe behind you. And as you breathe, note, almost imagining that breath is coming along the hamstrings, the back of the legs, just creating a little bit more ease. With the hands back under the shoulders, taking a little twist with the right hand in the center. Exhale, left hand reaches up, gaze follows the hand. Inhale, left hand comes down. Exhale, right hand comes down, twisting to the front. Releasing the right hand down. Walk hands to the top of the mat, pivoting feet, stepping the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we come into dancer on the second side, balancing on that left foot. Left hand comes to the left hip. Right arm comes out to that little L shape, bending the right leg, capturing the foot. Staying here, working into the quadricep or finding dancer. Taking foot into hand. Going to this side will give you a different challenge or different opportunities. Finding that focal point for balance. Releasing the foot, finding a one-legged mountain, right knees up. Exhale, stepping back to warrior two. As we set up for humble warrior, we'll clasp the hands behind, drawing the fist down, gazing up. And sinking inside the left knee on the exhale. Letting the breath just come into those tiny spaces, chasing away any tension, chasing away any stress. Releasing the hands, bringing them to the mat as we come into Prasarita, this time facing the right side. Your hands can take that same variation, or if you'd like to work deeper into the chest, maybe clasping them at the small of your back. Letting the arms rise up. Letting the hands go. Walking the hands to the top of the mat. Stepping the right foot up. Walking the feet to the edges of the mat. Coming into Malasana, Yogi squat. Maybe a little bit of rocking side to side. Staying here, Malasana is a great option. If you'd like to explore an arm balance, I will cue crow. Other options, take whatever you'd like. With crow, planting hands in front of you, shoulder with nice wide fingers. Coming up on toes, bending the elbows, setting those knees up high in the tricep. As the gaze comes forward, playing around with lifting a toe, maybe not. Even just leaning on the arms builds its strength. With your breath, letting it almost float your back up, thinking cat back. When you're done, finding yourself to child's pose, maybe shooting yourself back to chaturanga if that's something you're working on. And child's pose. Letting your heart melt down toward the mat. Take one more breath here. Bringing hands under the shoulders. We'll press ourselves back up to down dog. Inhaling the right leg behind, bending the knee, stacking the hip. If you'd like to flip your dog, carefully stepping the foot over to the left, floating the heart up. Inhale, coming back to three-legged dog. Exhale, finding half pigeon. Right knee to right wrist. Straightening that left leg behind. Drawing hips forward. You can fold down over that right shin. If this does not feel comfortable on your knee, you can always come to your back. Finding that figure four pose, getting the exact same benefits. Thinking of the strength in your back. protecting that soft heart in this pose. And bringing the hands back, rising up. And popping that left toe, extending the right leg back, maybe giving it a shake, and sending it back down. As we take the second side, inhaling left leg, bending the knee, stacking the hips, maybe flipping your dog, maybe not. Wherever you are, making sure all three supporting limbs are bearing weight and helping to support you. Inhale, straighten the leg. As we exhale, coming into our half pigeon. Making any adjustments on the side. Maybe noticing any different sensations. Rising up to tall arms. Coming back toward down dog. Maybe a little shake of the left leg. We'll rock forward to plank. This plank, we're going to do just a little bit of strength work before we go down. I'm taking the right arm, lifting it up. Maybe playing around with lifting the left leg. Using the core to balance. We'll switch sides. Lifting the right leg, extending the left arm. Placing hand and foot back down. I'm going to come all the way down to your belly. And cheek rest on the mat. As we bring hands to the small of the mat, clasping them. We're setting up for locust with clasped hands. If this is not kind on your shoulders, a strap or towel is a great option here. With the chin in the center, as we rise up, chin, chest, pulling those fists to the back of your space, and then lifting the legs. Just creating so much strength in the back, and so much openness across the chest, making sure you're still breathing. And releasing, coming down, opposite cheek comes to the mat. You can release that clasp. Maybe bend the knees. The legs sway side to side. We have two more locusts. I'm going to cue bow. I'm taking any variation. If you prefer to come into locust, come into locust. If you'd like to try bow, bending one or both knees, capturing feet with hands or with a strap. As you inhale, rising up, kicking feet into the hands. One fun option here, if you have space and like to play around, and start to rock a little bit side to side, coming to one side, using your core, drawing you over to the opposite side. Coming to the center, right cheek on the mat, and the legs sway side to side. So we take our third and final locust. Taking any variation, if you'd like the bow, coming to bow. If you'd like to work more on back strengthening, coming into superhero with arms reaching forward and legs reaching back. So we inhale, bringing everything up. You're in superhero state. You can draw those thumbs just a little bit higher. And releasing, coming down. Finding spatula pose with the left arm out like a half of a capital T. Right hand under the right shoulder. Start to roll over to the left side. Legs can stay stacked. That right knee can bend and step behind. You want to take this where it feels good. It shouldn't cause you any pain. So easing out of any variation that's not feeling right to you. Coming back to center, taking the opposite side with the right arm straight, and drawing that left hand underneath, and rolling over to the right side. And sometimes if this doesn't feel good, angling that arm can help, or placing a block or a pillow under your head. And coming back to center, and pressing back into a child's pose. Just feeling a little bit of relief in your lower back. And starting to walk the hands back to the knees. We'll come onto tall knees, finding your way into Camel Pose. I've done a lot of heart opening, so this may feel a little bit different than normal, hopefully a little bit easier. So toes can be tucked like this or tucked so the feet can be flat on the mat. And wherever you're doing with your feet, starting out with the hands in the small of the back, so you start to open up, gazing up to the top of the wall. You playing around with lifting one hand at a time back to your heel. If it feels right, you can hold onto both. And here, this is completely personal, really based on your physiology, whether it feels better to let your head drop back completely or keep it in line with your spine. So just taking what feels best for you. Letting the breath really open up the chest. And releasing, coming back, sitting on your heels, shifting over to the right hip, sweeping the legs around. I'm going to do a little core work here that might also help the back feel good. It's a move taken from Pilates called roll like a ball, with the option of a few different ways. You can hug your knees, using your core to rock back and forth, always pausing at the top so you're not using momentum. Another option is putting elbows on your knees, rocking forward and back. And the other option is elbows on knees and hands on head. This is probably the most difficult one. Whichever variation you're taking, pause at the top so you're not using momentum. Try to use your core to create that movement. Just keep rocking. A few more rounds. And laying back, setting up. I'm going to take one bridge pose. I'm going to try a variation where the arms are overhead. Then pushing into the feet, engaging the glutes. Always keeping that gaze straight up. Lowering your spine down, hugging knees into the chest. Maybe giving yourself a rock or a roll side to side. I'm going to rock up to seated. I'm going to do just a little bit of work on the hips. I'm doing this all through this month. We work on cradling the shin. So keeping that left leg bent in, bringing the right leg up, putting right foot into the crook of the left elbow, right knee into the crook of the right elbow. Maybe the hands clasp, maybe they hold onto your leg. You're just rocking it side to side, like you're rocking a baby. You can stay here rocking. If you'd like to start working on compass pose, taking that right foot in your left hand, and bringing that right leg on top of your right shoulder or your right bicep. Maybe the right hand comes down to the mat. If you'd like to try straightening the right leg, make sure you're gazing under your left armpit. A strap is really handy here if you have particularly long legs. And we'll try the opposite side. Letting the right leg bent in, hugging the left shin, giving it a rock. Knowing that this side may be a little bit tighter or maybe a little bit looser. If you'd like to try compass on this side, holding the left foot with your right hand, just trying to draw that leg over the shoulder or the bicep with the left hand planted. Maybe straightening the left leg, maybe not. Releasing, coming back to center. And straighten the legs. Placing the hands onto your glutes, palms down, coming to your elbows. You're going to find fish pose. And if this is not comfortable, a block under your back is a great option. It's kind of like a mini bridge. Floating your heart up. And bringing yourself to the mat. Give the knees a hug. Maybe rocking a little bit side to side. Finding happy baby. Holding onto your feet or to ankles. Feeling the spine gentle on the mat. Maybe a little bit of rocking. Maybe straightening a leg one at a time. Releasing. Keeping the knees in as we prepare for supine twist. As arms come out like a T or a cactus. The knees turn over to the left. You can start with them stacked. If you like twisted root, you can slip that right leg on top of the left. Draw your gaze over to the right. And feeling everything soften toward the mat. Knowing that both shoulders don't need to meet the mat, and your knees do not both need to meet the mat. I want everything to be soft and easy here. Inhale up as we switch sides. Letting the knees turn right. I'm trying to take that same variation. If you took twisted root on the first side, take it in the second. If you stacked on the first side, stack on the second. Notice the twist when you really just have no effort, letting everything relax. It's the different shape that you take. Maybe everything drapes just a little bit more toward the mat. Coming back into center, giving the knees a nice hug. Setting the feet onto the mat. Finding Supta Baddha. Just melting the soles of the feet together, letting the knees open out. Placing both hands on your heart, the right hand and the left hand. Feeling your heartbeat. Giving thanks for everything that your heart is doing for you. Everything your lungs are doing for you. Slowly making your way to Shavasana. And stay here in Supta Baddha Konasana. And straighten the legs out, taking up as much space as you'd like on the mat. Bringing knees bent or coming to a comfortable seat. Starting to bring awareness to your body. Moving fingers and toes. Rolling out wrists and rolling out ankles. As you inhale, extending your arms above your head. Do a full body stretch. Going in, that fresh breath. And exhale, letting the knees draw in as you roll over to one side. As you rest your head on your arm, just bringing more awareness to your breath. And when you're ready, slowly making your way up to a comfortable seat. I'd like to share this with you. Falling in love with yourself does not make you vain or selfish. It makes you indestructible. With your hands together, bringing them up to third eye center, wishing you peace in your thoughts. Bringing hands to your lips, wishing you peace in your words. And drawing hands to heart center, wishing you peace in your heart. And bowing forward together, we seal our practice.